And welcome back to episode 45. 45 on them. Bow,
45.
bow, bow.
Hey.
Welcome back to episode 45 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm Concussion Protocol King.
What's going on, Cliff?
Shit, cooling. Well, my dog, the Dot Connector, should be with us here shortly, but for now, we gonna keep it general until he gets here. How you been feeling about how these finals been going?
Man, it's been interesting. Obviously Kawhi being out really hasn't impacted the Clippers like I thought it would. So much to their credit. Obviously,
Amen to that.
Obviously, what I believe is it 3-1 Clippers
currently?
Yeah, over the Suns.
No, right now it's 2. Clippers are 2-3.
Clippers are 2-3.
Yeah, Clippers are 2-3. So Suns are up 1, and I think Game 6 is tonight.
I don't know why I thought that. Okay, I was thinking.
You know what? I thought
won that last
at first
game.
It was. I got confused around Game 4.
Right, like
Game 3 or 4, and I got lost. But nah, it's Suns. Suns up 1 on the Clippers. They going into Game 6 tonight. But I agree. I think it further proves my point when I said it, I think last week or the Wednesday before, where I said Chris Paul. It was last Wednesday. I said Chris Paul. Paul George.
Right.
Does not work well as Robin.
Right.
Paul George has to be Batman.
The alpha, yeah.
Has to be the guy with the ball doing the thing, because he just doesn't produce like you think he would in that 2 role.
Right.
And this is proof of it. I mean, I feel like it's bad to say, but Kawhi Leonard getting injured was the best thing to happen to Paul George. In general, really. His career.
Right.
In his career.
Right. It's giving him shine right now.
What's poppin'? Oh, yeah, you got it? I'm happy you got that shit. Shit, they been cool, cooling out.
You got a shirt for Donovan?
I sent him a little something.
Oh, that's what's up. Look out for the true fans.
You know.
Paul George definitely been on the rise. He's impressed me. Hey, this playoff Pete, he's been showing up.
Yeah.
He's in a conversation, Cuddy, with they said like Michael Jordan, some people for like having 30 plus straight points in the first 15 or 18 games of a playoff.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's up there now with them. Like Kobe's on there once. I think Mike's on there like once or twice. I think LeBron's on there like 3 times or something like that. Yeah, I was like, wow, okay. Like,
listen, I gotta eat my crumb. I gotta swallow my words, because I said, does he have it? I mean, it's clear now that he has it. He just, like I said, he can't beat it too. We saw that briefly in Indiana, wasn't it?
He was
when Oladipo came.
You're right.
It was like, you're not the same Paul. Like, what's going on here? Like, you're just not the same Paul George. And then he came to Clippers, and we thought the same thing. Like, what is it his career? Is he on a downslope? And when you come to find out, he just can't. He doesn't work well with others, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Also in Oklahoma City, Westbrook was like, remember when Westbrook played together for that year? Westbrook was like, come to Oklahoma City. Remember Paul George played with Westbrook, Cuddy? He went from Indiana.
He did,
he went from Indiana to Oklahoma City with Westbrook, and they couldn't get it done because, to your point, the 1 and the 2 just wasn't working.
He can't do that.
Then he went to the Clippers, like you said, and we were still acting like, well, you know, like you said, what's the problem? First, you said last year there was the bubble, right? Now last year he said the bubble, whatever. You know, remember he said the mental health stuff, whatever. You know,
I get that.
Cool, and yeah. Now, I mean, we know he can play, like you said. It's just gotta be his. It's gotta be like he's gotta be the guy. Like,
listen, I'm not gonna lie. It's not that I was doubting him. I was definitely doubting him postseason. Postseason doubt all over my face when it comes to Paul George. And now that I think we've cracked the Da Vinci Code on him, you got it. I mean, you kind of got to give him his P's. You got to give him his P's.
He been balling,
man. Listen, and I'm wondering. I mean, what you think?
I feel like it's LA. I can look it up. But I feel like it's LA for some reason.
This would be Game 6, so yeah, it would be LA. Because it's back and forth after the first 2.
You're right. It is at LA.
First 2's in Phoenix, second 2's in Clippers, and back and forth.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna make my statement. The Suns will take it tonight in LA. It'll be a close game. I think it'll come down to the wire type shit. I think the Suns will out edge the Clippers and take this and win the series and go to the championship. But Devin Booker's going to have to play some of his best ball tonight. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to have to. And I will give him this credit. And this is why I'm making this prediction too.
Okay.
When the Suns beat my Lakers, there was a couple of games, at least one, where they beat them in LA. So what I'm saying is, we know the Suns are capable of winning on the road. They're not one of those teams just like
right. No, you're right. Listen, they was sweeping shit, so you know they have no problem playing on the road.
Right. So, and I feel like Cuddy, I feel like, again, they're in a sense like Miami last year. Like, they came this far. They beaten teams that maybe people thought, like the Nuggets and different teams that maybe they thought they couldn't hang with. And they've been hanging with them plus more. Like, I think they keep riding this way. I think they make it to the finals. Like, I don't see them. I would be shocked if the Clippers took them to a game.
I would be shocked if the Clippers pulled it off.
Yeah.
But I think they can, though. I definitely
That's the scary part.
Okay. Well, we want clip out. So, you said Suns tonight. Give me your points. Just for clip outs, for shits and giggles, because if you get it right, we clipping it out and we putting it out there. So, Suns, give me your points on what the Suns got and what the Clippers got, and then how much you think Devin Booker going to end the night with.
Okay. I'm going to go with Suns. I'm going to say 121 to Clippers. I'm going to say 109.
Okay.
109.
That's a blowout.
And I'm going to say, yeah, I think if Devin Booker has a night to that, you know. But anyways, I'm going to say Devin Booker tonight in this Game 6 event, I'm going to say he puts up at least.
No, I need a number. I know at least. Give me a number.
Okay, you want a definite.
Right.
Okay, you want a definite. I'm saying tonight Devin Booker scoring 40 points.
40 even?
40 even.
40 even, a 40 piece.
6 rebounds, 5 assists.
Ooh, okay, let's do that. I
like
that.
Let's step it up a notch. Let's step it up a notch.
I like those specifics. So if it's me,
yeah, what you feeling?
If it's me, I think I'm going Clippers.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think I'm going Clippers. I think they caught their momentum. It's a lot of good play out of other people than just Paul George. Reggie Jackson's putting up numbers. Marcus Morris is putting up numbers. It is Marcus, right? Marcus is the...
Yeah, Markieff plays on the Lakers and Marcus plays on the Clippers.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, he's been putting up points. So, I mean, I feel like they caught their rhythm and they did what they did in Phoenix. We'll get into it. But, yeah, I think I'm going Clippers. And I'm just writing this down. And I'm the score is gonna be. You took my. I think you are right on the Clippers scoring 109.
Okay,
But
you
I got the
winning.
Suns getting 104.
Okay, so you got it a 5-point game with the Suns at 109.
Yeah.
I mean, Clippers at 109.
Yeah. So I got Clippers 109, Suns 104.
Okay, so if you're confident, I mean, do you and I make a little?
Devin Booker hits 34.
Yeah, go ahead. 34. Okay. So how about you and I put a little $5 or $10 wager?
We could do that. Man. We could do that.
You know, just a little friendly bet. I ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah,
we
could do that.
What you want? You want to do 5? You want to do 10?
Okay. He said. Donovan said opposite. Now I don't mean to cut you off. I'm still with you. Donovan says he think the Suns win by 5 tonight. We ain't doing that bullshit. Donovan, give me your score. And he said Book gets 33 points, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. If I'm giving the actual stat line.
Right, what's your stat line?
I said he gets what, 30, what I say, 34?
Yeah, you said 34, yeah.
So I'm going to say 34, 7, and 5. 34, 7 rebounds, 5 assists.
7. I could see that because what I said.
You said 46 and 5.
6. Right. So I could see yours too. Yeah.
And Don, I'm gonna write Don's down too. What Don say? Don said I need that points, but I know you said Booker gets 33, 9, 107, 102. Okay. 107, 102, and he said Booker gets 33, 9. Well, 33, 3, and 9.
30. He said 33, 3, and 3 assists, 9. Okay.
No, 3 rebounds, 9 assists. That's why I had to switch it around.
9 assists. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, we got the predictions in.
Yeah, and we're going to get the dot connectors later. Remind me to come back to that when he hops on.
Oh, for sure.
But, you said put a bet on. We could put 10 on it.
All right, 10. All right, bet. I
got 10 on the Clippers tonight.
Yes, sir.
Something's telling me they caught their rhythm.
Hey, we want to see a playoff piece. We want to see a playoff piece.
I'm going to keep it a buck, too. If the Clippers win tonight, it might be trouble for the Suns.
Yeah, I can see that.
If the Clippers win tonight, it might be trouble for the Suns. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you notice, the Clippers have gone down 0-2 in every playoff game series since the start of this, which lets me know that they play more like cats than dogs. Which once again, it sounds like an insult, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying they need to have their backs against the wall before they strike the hardest. While other people go out like the Suns and they're the dog, I'm aggressively going for that win. They need to feel like pressure's on the line, not Paul George all the time at the free throw line, but they need to feel like pressure's on the line in order to produce like they're capable of producing.
Right.
So I feel like a win tonight would that'd be that turbo, that nitro boost to, they don't need to win it. They just need to even it out. And then that's when it's like, now we got problems. Right. And they've proved they have no problem beating you in Phoenix. Crowd level or not.
Right.
Dudes fighting in Suns in foreign or not. We're past that, bruh. That was last series.
Right.
Now y'all guys say Suns in 6, Suns in 7. So I've yet to see that guy.
Right. Hey, but Devin Booker, though, I mean, like I said, he's really impressed me, too, in these playoffs in his game. I mean, he's elevating a lot,
But Devin Booker has been showing his ass since he came in the league. He just never had an opportunity to be in the playoffs until they did that bubble bullshit where they were giving people ends that didn't really deserve ends.
Right.
Phoenix, come on now. They didn't really deserve an end into the bubble.
Right.
Glad they gave it to them.
Right.
I'll say that, but they didn't deserve an end. And I mean, that was his stage. That was his showcase for him to show the world what he really is.
Right.
Now this year, Chris Paul and all that. Listen, it's like that's
Add a
the
little
perfect
oomph to the
setup,
game.
man.
That's what I'm saying. Devin's at his peak. We know Devin's been good since he's been in the league. Now he's great. Like Devin's playing great. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul and them really added some confidence to his game and got him playing.
And I know I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I was just
that was
how I was yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. But I know I've given Chris Paul shit in the past, right?
yeah.
I know I have. But you have to give Chris Paul his P's for the simple fact that, first of all, he's a leader, which I understand, you know, and that what's the word I'm looking for? Not attitude. It's not like an ego thing, but you're dealing with egos. So it's hard to be that, as we've always said. It's hard to be that with older star athletes, so it works with younger players. But where I give him the most credit is he has no problem being the guy. This is how you know it's not ego. He has no problem being the guy that sits back and says, you do your thing, bruh.
Right.
I'll handle it when you need me to. You feel what I'm saying? And he would have so much more of an average on assists if Devin Booker wasn't such a and it's not a slight on Devin Booker.
Right.
I'm just saying he needs a couple dribbles. Like, you don't see him catch and shoot a lot. You see him take the ball, run around the screen, or jab, step back. Like, it's not like a clean assist that Chris Paul would get every time giving him the ball. It's more like give him the ball, let him work.
Right.
So Chris Paul doesn't always get assists on them plays, even though he's, you know, getting the ball to the guy that's gonna score.
Right.
So he's sacrificing. What I'm getting at is he's sacrificing stats to let that man cook like he's doing, and playing second fiddle in a sense. But I mean, I guess that's also, is he at a point in his career where that's the only thing he can do?
Yeah, I don't think he can take over a team purely like by himself and be like the guy. I think he's good at, like you said, being like, because basically he's the player and the coach on the floor. That's the beautiful thing about having a Chris Paul on your team.
Right.
Is you got the actual head coaches we know, but then you got an on-floor coach, you know what I mean? Right. Chris Paul, who's going to do his part too. But I don't think he's just, I think he needs a team or another dominant player to help him at this point in his career, as far as I can't just do it by myself, strictly off me. I think he's past that age.
You know who Pam Grier is?
That sounds familiar. I've heard. I'm gonna look her. That sounds familiar.
Pam Grier is Chris Paul. We talked about that. I said Kyrie's game is Rihanna and Chris Paul's game is Pam Grier. It's real old. It's an old baddie.
Oh, I see her.
It's an old baddie, but it's real old. But you know what Chris Paul is to a team?
Who?
He's the seasoning to a meal.
He has that for.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like you got a meal. Like, don't get me wrong, Devin Booker's a nice steak, but who wants an unseasoned steak?
Right.
Nobody wants that. You need that seasoning in your meal, in order for your meal to come together and be great. And Chris Paul is the seasoning, because he's not anything major to the team other than I bring it together and make it, palatable.
He's taken all his teams, Cuddy, to the playoffs. Every single team he's been on, they've at least made the, like, looking back on it, him and James Harden, I know they didn't get along, but they was in the playoffs.
Right.
Him and Blake Griffin, they said had differences. They was in the playoffs.
Right.
If I remember correctly, the one year he did go to the Thunder, he helped that Shea, what's his name, Alexander.
Gilgeous Alexander.
He elevated him, and I believe they made the play. They lost, of course, but I believe they made the playoffs though. When he was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, I do believe they did. No, you are right. I feel like he's what brings the meal out. And listen, the seasoning is what lets you know you got a good chef as well.
Right.
Chef can cook his ass off, but if it's not seasoning on there, then I don't. I can't.
You don't got the complete package.
I don't care how perfectly cooked you did my. I don't care if it's perfectly pink in the middle.
Right.
If I can't taste it,
right.
I don't want it.
No flavor, right?
Right,
you gotta have some flavor.
I feel like that's Chris Paul. He brings the meal together.
Hey, Cuddy, that Italian wrote up for people who, well, I know the audio people can't see it, but you know, like how a lot of Italian folks will go. That's him, bro. If I was Chris Paul, shout out me and Cliff, because if you bring that on and you make something off it, remember that we picked you on.
That's like Taco Tuesday. He can't trademark that. And if he did, the motherfucking mafia be on his heels.
What's he mean by that?
They be on his motherfucking heels.
But he brings that though. But that's
Mooly over here kissing his fingers.
Who the fuck is he? Chris Paul comes up missing. We'd be like, damn, we thought that was a good idea.
I see you, Don in the chat. He said, I'm glad they added Crowder. Definitely needed. That's a definite addition they needed. And CP3 to the Suns. He said, and Ayton. I mean, but Ayton, we knew he was going to be the shit when he came out. When he came out, we knew he was going to be the shit. Didn't he go number 1?
Let me double check. I believe we looked it up before, but let me just double check.
I think he went number 1. I might be off.
I
know it was the year Mo Bamba came out though.
Right. So we did look,
because him and Mo Bamba was rivals in college, and we had.
He was round 1, pick 1 in 2018.
Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, I knew he was gonna be a dog then, and everybody was on that Mo Bamba train. We talked about it last week.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, DeAndre, I always knew he was gonna be the one. He was gonna be the guy.
He's solid.
Question is injuries. Let's hope that injuries don't fuck him up, because he has a slight frame. You know how they say all them people over 7 foot, they break down early because they joints and they body doesn't. But you know who don't? The guys with thicker frames. You think it would be the opposites. Like the thicker frame guys would die out quicker because they moving so much weight. But really, you got that muscle on your frame. Like look at a Shaq. Shaq played for years. Shaq started with Orlando, ended with the Celtics.
Yeah, I don't know where
he been to Cleveland, Miami, and every stop on the way.
He did a roll tour.
Look at Dwight Howard, another big man with a solid frame. They don't get injured as much as your slightly skinny, you know what I mean, guys like that. I don't get that.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. That's a good point. They're more durable.
Yeah, no, I mean, at least from what I've seen. And Don in the chat talking about there's a lot of first round pick guys that usually wash down the drain. You are absolutely correct. Listen, my guy, well not Greg my Oden. Guy, but Greg Oden. Shouts to Greg. My guy in Cleveland, Bennett.
And Bennett.
Yeah. What was it? Anthony Bennett.
Anthony Bennett. Yeah, I was your boy on 2K. I remember.
He did bust though. If you could,
so you did on 2K.
Yeah. In real life, that motherfucker was Garbaggio.
Wasn't he?
Garbaggio.
Dellavedova was better than Bennett. Shit.
Listen, I fucks with Deli. I've always fucked with Deli. You know I fuck with Deli, but I did that one year when it was like they brought him back. I was like, why the fuck would you bring him back? Like he did what he did. Thank you.
They had hope. Yeah, they thought
he's a scrapper though, and you want your point guards to come up around a guy like that, because Deli will do anything on the court. Deli will die for a ball. Deli's not too good to take a charge. Deli will do whatever. There he is.
The dot connector.
Oh, you know what it is, boy.
There he is.
Reminder too, Cliff. You said you wanted me to remind you to get Aaron's prediction on the Suns and Clippers game, what Devin Booker's stat line is, and something else.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Now we can get into it for real. I ain't gonna hold you too much concussion protocol.
Right, look.
Well, first of all, what's popping?
Right.
You know what it is.
You still you moving and shaking? You getting it together?
All my shit, basically except for my bed, all my big shit downstairs, so.
And you said you got movers coming to get the big shit?
Yeah, I got a moving truck coming in the morning. I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting past some times of getting the click together. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was down to do it, but niggas like, man, what time?
Right. Yeah.
How long?
Yeah.
Then you be waiting.
We moving that big ass couch?
Right.
Oh shit. This couch is heavy as fuck. I ain't gonna front. I wouldn't want to move this motherfucker either.
Right.
You wasn't about to leave that motherfucker. That sound like a good couch.
Oh, I'm still paying on this couch, nigga.
Right.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This couch.
Listen.
I got a couch note, nigga.
Right.
Couch note.
Nigga got a couch though,
Hey,
and they will
listen.
repossess that bitch.
You're right, won't they?
I mean, they
They'll
can try.
try. Right.
Right.
They'll
When
try.
with COVID,
No,
now
just
you
put
might
that
be able to
against
get
the
over
credit.
it.
You better off doing that.
Listen, nigga moved. The fuck? You moved. GPS is low jack off this bitch.
He said, "I'm out on him."
But, yeah, I did. Malka is right though. So, since you've been gone,
Since you've been gone.
right? That's funny because it hit me too.
Right.
As
That's
I
what
was
you
saying
said.
it.
Right.
But yeah, we were just talking in general, and I was asking him how he felt about the what he's seen in the playoffs so far, and we got into the Suns and the Clippers. And I asked him for clip out purposes, of course, how he saw this game going down specifically. And when I say specifically, I mean who's winning, what are the specific points, and then how much is Devin Booker ending with stat line, points, assists, and rebounds. Because the way I see it is if anybody gets it right, that's getting clipped out and put online so we can get some more likes, views, and share shits.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start doing some clips and shit.
Yeah, all that. So
that's what niggas like me, man. I ain't gonna watch this hour and a half long shit.
Right, but you know, if we can get you into it, we gotta give them some bait first. So what's your prediction on tonight's game to start us out? The score and then Devin Booker's stat line.
I think the Clippers are gonna. Where they're playing in LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the Clippers are gonna go ahead and take this game too, as well. Not game two, but this game as well. I think they're on a roll. I think PG was what that dude said. PG-13 looking R-rated right now.
I did not hear that.
Oh snap!
I did not hear that. I like that.
He's you heard what people been saying. He's still missing like key shots at the end of the game.
Right.
But man, he's out there hurting niggas' feelings on the basketball court, man, crossing people up, baptizing people.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? It's what you expect from Paul George. I think that carries over with this home game. But I still think. So what was that thing? The
points, yeah, the score, and then Devin Booker's stat line, because he's gonna be the key for the Suns.
Oh yeah.
I would say Clippers 116, 108.
Okay.
I would say Devin Booker. I mean, it's hard to say he's not going to score 30 points at least. Goddamn.
Right. What is it exactly?
I'll give him 34.
Okay.
And yeah, those are my predictions. I don't know who this is doing this ESPN
Give me
commentary.
Rebounds and assists on Devin Booker.
Rebounds and assists. What? 4 rebounds? 5 rebounds.
How many assists?
Chris Paul's playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to play. Yeah.
7.
7. Okay. You know what's crazy is I'll say this. First of all, your response on why the Clippers wins tonight matched me what I said exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Your Devin Booker stat line is mine except reverse. I had 7 rebounds, 5 assists with 34 points. But I said the score would be Clippers win tonight 109-104.
About the same.
I think it's going to be a defensive game.
What I say? 116 and what?
108. So you got me by 3 points. That's crazy though. We was on the same page.
Yeah, I've known you for a long time, big dog.
Yeah, that seems to be with that. Okay. Well, to start it out, I mean, to give perspective as to why I definitely feel that way. Looking at Game 5, I mean, first of all, to do what you did in Phoenix, and you know they say that crowd ain't no joke there.
It is
That's
loud
tough.
and drunk.
You said what?
Said that is loud and drunk.
Well, I mean, you know that, but they say they one of the loudest, you know, places to play. That's like the
They all hype.
Seahawks. The Seahawks used to be
6 man.
right.
Oh, yeah,
12th man.
12th man,
12,
yeah.
I said 6
But
man.
yeah, but that would be they 6 man.
6 man
so,
in
right.
basketball. Right,
Yeah.
right.
So
The
I mean,
LA ain't finna be that loud for the Clippers. You right about that?
listen.
Hey, my
But is that a
bandwagon,
good thing? Is that a good thing for Booker and Paul and them?
Yeah, it's a good thing. They're going. I don't know. Seeing how it's Chris Paul, I know Chris Paul feels some type of way about this whole series and the implications of it. I know for a fact he doesn't want to. Well, of course he doesn't want to lose, but
Right.
you know,
This
If
might
I
be his
could-
last shot.
if I can beat these boys on this court, I know that's what he wants. I think that the Clippers crowd isn't one of those crowds that's going to impede that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas the Suns is going to be loud and shit. The Clippers, it's a Lakers town, and people that's come to the Clippers game, there's some Clippers fans, but some of these motherfuckers is just trying to go out.
Bougie, right. Yeah, I
kick
know
it,
exactly
see the
what you
stars
mean.
and shit, and
Mm-hmm.
gotta be seen and all that. But shout out to what's the dude's name? The owner of the Clippers,
Steve Ballmer.
Man. hypest owner in the league.
Man, he is
Hype.
by far.
He be going
Hype.
in.
By far. I fucks
See
with him,
that?
though.
You seen that video back in the day when he was working for Bill Gates? And it was coming out with like Windows in like
No.
the 90s, like Windows 95 or something. Steve Ballmer was out there acting.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh man, this is the same thing. This is the exact same thing you see on the sidelines. He was the only one up there screaming and shit, damn near about to knock shit over.
He
Listen,
seems like he's a down ass owner though.
I mean, you gotta be after you see what they did to
Oh, the dude who said
the dude before him.
Old man said them
fuck
comments
his
about
name.
Magic Johnson.
Sterling?
Yeah, Robert
Yep.
Sterling.
Yeah,
He said them
he
comments
gotta
about
be,
Magic.
but I mean, he don't have to be, but you know what I mean. Like you
They
better.
picked an energetic guy. If he was my owner, I'd be like, hey, the reason I'm leaving this team is not you. It's
Right.
a lot of other things. But you my guy though. I fuck with you the
That's
long.
Right.
fucked up, but I mean, shit, that's fucked
Hey,
up.
that's
though.
what LeBron did probably when he left Cleveland the first time.
No, him and Dan Gilbert. Was it Dan Gilbert?
Yeah.
That was definitely a sour taste in his mouth.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, Cleveland. Yeah,
The way
the
he
first
did it.
time
He had brought the kids out, had all the kids. And
he ain't give a fuck about. Listen,
sit down,
They
kid.
burnt his
I'm going to
shit.
Miami.
they burnt his shit like the U.S. flag when they took slavery away.
That's why I question y'all Cavs fans. I'm like, y'all's loyalty is shaky to me after that.
Well,
I've
I
never
mean,
seen
that's
that.
anybody. Certain people are certain people. You feel me? So certain people are shaky fans, and certain people aren't. I mean, but that's what it is. You just weed out the fat. You cut the fat out, or the fat comes back when LeBron gets you a ring in 2016,
Right.
and
You
then
a
falls
fan.
off again. I'm a fan. I was a fan before LeBron got you know what I mean. When he left
Right.
and was in Miami and all that, I was still a fan.
Before
I was
he
still
came
rooting
back.
for LeBron. Don't get me wrong. When my Cleveland don't make it, I'm going with the guy. But yeah, no, I've always been a Cleveland fan. But what I was saying though is the reason why I feel like Clippers are going to take it is because it's a big step up from a lot of those role players that you see in LA right now. You seeing good play out of Marcus Morris. You seeing good play out of Reggie Jackson. You seeing good play out of a lot of players that's like, like, where is this coming from? Y'all wasn't, y'all had certain games throughout the season, but y'all wasn't
Right.
really consistently playing. Remove Reggie Jackson from that though, because he's a bucket. Reggie Jackson's a bucket. And I like his story.
I think he has more attempts now that, since Kawhi's down, they need somebody to step up, to make buckets.
But I mean, he's been for the most part, he's been efficient as well, though. You know what I mean? And not only efficient, but also clutch. Like at the times that we need you, there's Reggie Jackson. So I mean, with that being said, when I look at the Suns, if it's not Paul or Booker, it's like, who the fuck is it? Yeah, don't get me wrong, they have talent. DeAndre Ayton, Miles Bridges, all them, but you don't give them enough to get cooking.
I mean, let's not leave DeAndre Ayton out of this.
Yeah,
man.
no, yeah.
My nigga had, I don't know if it was the last game before last, he had like 19 and 22, like 19 points, 22 rebounds or some shit like that. Now he's doing his job. Now is he, the third scoring option? I guess you can probably say that now. You know what I'm saying? If you drive to the basket, you always look up.
I don't even think I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just
saying like that's the drive.
I don't think they even treat him like that. I don't even think they treat him like the third option is what I'm getting at. Like, it seems like when I watch the Suns, it's all Booker. If it's not Booker, it's all Paul. If there's an opening and they see a cut, they'll hit you. But they're not looking to get you the ball if you're not making a point-worthy move to the basket.
I think that's Booker's job, though. I don't think Booker should be looking to pass. You should be out there.
I agree.
Trying to find your shot.
I agree, but I also feel like that's why y'all 3-2 on the Clippers right now, and you're scoring 30-point games every game. You can't do it alone. And the moment you realize that and get the whole team involved is the moment you win. But you don't win putting up 35 points and Chris Paul got 20 and nobody else has anything else to show for it.
I mean, DeAndre be having 20 and 20 on them though. Like, and I know it's probably just a lot of just lobs and shit, but shit.
Listen, we know how DeAndre get his points. Lobs,
he got a nice little J too. He got a nice little.
He has a lovely J.
10-15 footer.
He even has a 3. He just don't hit it a lot. Or he don't. Yeah, he's an all-around package. He is an all-around package. I'll give him that. But you're not giving him enough looks. You're not giving anybody enough looks. The only people that get enough looks, in my opinion, are Paul and Booker.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why they down. He said, what? He said, okay, I'm back. Just had to pay for my pizza. I agree. I agree with Cliff. Try and get the ball to someone who's hot. I mean, I feel like that. Of course, we know Devin Booker's always going to be hot. He's hot with the face mask. He's hot without the face mask. He's hot regardless. Devin Booker's going to be hot. Although that first game with the face mask, he did struggle shooting. But that was to be expected. You know what I mean? The fact that he can get his nose broke, go in the locker room, get it put back in place, and come back out and play tells me a lot.
Good on you, Devin.
Right. Real talk. Because a lot of these players are just flat out soft. And we'll get there too. But that's the key to the Suns' success, is getting more people involved than Paul and Booker. I mean, at that point, then if you run a double team on both, and you stop them from making that initial pass, it's a lock.
Right.
It's a lock because it's only those two. And you know who else they may possibly be going to if you hit them with a double team. It's going to be a lob over top to Ayton. Or they're going to be hoping somebody's in the corner like Bridges or, But that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta diversify your game plan to come out on top against somebody like Lou Williams. At some point, we gotta stop doubting Lou Williams and say maybe he's a good coach.
Who we now talking to? Who?
That's not Lou Williams.
Yeah,
Ty
Monty.
Lue.
I knew what you meant.
Ty
Lue.
Lue.
You said coach.
Damn, lemon pepper coach.
Yeah,
I'm about to say.
Damn near, but we'll get that later too. But yeah, Ty Lue. Correct me, please, because I do that all the time.
Lou Williams played for the Clippers last year, so you ain't too far off.
Well, you know what I meant. Tyronn Lue. Yeah, everybody been saying he only did what he did because of the people he got. But, I mean, if you look at it, look at what he does. He's the what the stat that they showed? He's the winningest coach. Well, first that's the stat. He's the winningest coach down by 2 rounds.
Down by 3-1.
Down by 2 rounds in the playoffs. Like, so once you're down 0-2, he's the winningest coach. After that, right? They said out of the entire league, it's been 22 comebacks for series wins, being down 2-0, and Tyronn Lue has like 7 or 6 by himself.
I mean, he knows something,
and he hasn't been coaching that long. You know what I mean? Like at some point, like maybe what they say is right. He is the Belichick of basketball.
Who?
You ain't hear people saying that?
Say who's the Belichick of basketball?
Basketball.
Saying Tyronn Lue. Yeah, like of coaching right now.
All right. Well, I mean,
it's always going to be.
That's a tall order. But I mean, when you look at those stats, it's like, well, yeah, what is that? What is it? Like, is it a motivational thing that you're good at? Because think about that, being down 2-0, and the rest of the entire league is 22, and the other number was like 286 or something like that. And you got 6 of them. I think he was like 6-1 or 6-2 or something like that. That's crazy.
I'm not down his coaching prowess, but sometimes people just be jumping ahead with these comparisons. You know?
Oh no, I definitely agree with that. The Belichick shit's
wild. Extends to that height. I hope he gets there, but Bill Belichick. You can talk about everything you want to talk about, but he takes a lot of scrubs and makes championships out the niggas. Tyronn Lue, if he can pull this off with the Clippers and make it to the finals and beat whoever comes out the East, it's still not a Bill Belichick conversation.
Yeah, no, it's a tall order. It's definitely a tall, and everybody, for the listeners out there, that wasn't my comparison, but I am gonna say this. Let's play devil's advocate and try to tweak it. Not Belichick minded.
Yeah.
Listen, Belichick was the king of coming back from nothing and making something out of nothing. We saw what he did in the Super Bowl against Atlanta.
Yeah, okay. I saw it too. It was hilarious.
Listen, I was pissed. I had money on that motherfucker. I was furious.
I had no money, and it was just the funniest thing seeing the niggas' faces in the street. Like I was outside just smoking, just looking niggas in the eye.
Waiting for a tear.
You seen the score?
He gonna cry when he get to the car.
Right.
The boy Brady, a bad boy. That's all I can say. He a bad boy.
He's stupid. But that's what I'm saying, though. When you can compare that, you can compare the two of that. That's a comparison that you can give Tyronn Lue that you can't give to any other NBA coach.
Never say die attitude. I would,
Has to be. It has to be that never say die. Has to be, because I mean, who else has done that? Nobody.
As far as consistency is concerned, which is the other Bill Belichick staple is consistency, I would go more in the Popovich lane for that. Being consistent over 20 years.
I agree.
Got four chips.
And he develops players.
That's what I was saying.
It was like damn near 20 years of straight playoff runs. Right. Well, not playoff. We're going to the playoffs.
The dot connector once again. No, I agree. I agree 1,000%. And I think we've had that conversation in the past as well.
Maybe so.
This is episode 4 or 5. Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
Hold up. Hey, man, why would you say that? Bill Cosby got released today. Look.
Oh, shit.
Hide your kids. Hide your drinks.
Right.
hide your that was back in 86. Everybody's kids and drinks is okay by now. Listen, he ain't got that sleight of hand down like he did it himself.
All the beverages at this party are screw top only.
Right.
Well, listen,
screw the top back on. And then
the year the event that got them locked up was actually in 2004. 2004 is actually got them locked up, but women started coming out about the 80s.
Oh yeah, they started bringing shit from the 70s and shit.
Right.
Listen, that nigga was dropping a pill in his own drink in 20had. You hear what I'm saying? He said, "I'm gonna need this for you, and I'm gonna need this for me." If he was doing that, because that motherfucker had that motherfucker was old and 94.
Hey, real
Shit,
talk.
when the
He's
conference show
83.
came out, he was like 50.
Yeah, he's 83 right now.
Yeah, that
Listen.
sounds right.
I'm just saying.
Hmm.
I'm just saying.
Enough of the rapists.
Right.
Move on.
But-
Yeah,
yeah.
how did we get to Cosby? Where you at?
Because you said hide your kids, hide your wife.
Oh
I said,
yeah,
long
episode
day to
45. Listen. Episode 45. The number of people that came out about no, I'm just playing.
You stupid.
Ain't
I'm just
counting.
playing. I don't know if I trust them hoes. No, I'm just I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You said,
I was totally kidding.
they're not credible. I remember that credible app we was talking about back in the day.
Listen, they said that he got out
credibility.
because charges was dropped. So I don't know what the fuck to believe anymore anyway. How the fuck charges get dropped after what, 5 years?
Right. All of a sudden, we're gonna let you free.
Right. He had Bill Cosby was getting signs of dementia, and they was like, "Oh, he don't care nothing about
Right.
ABC no more. Let's let him out now." Yeah, charges dropped. The fuck?
You doing comedy shows in prison and shit?
Listen, we know what
Wasn't
the deal
he?
was. We know what telling all the inmates, "Why you sagging? Pull your pants up, little bastard."
Right. That was Grandpa in jail.
Why is there so much cursing in here?
Right.
He's trying to talk to them like
Yeah.
Theo and shit.
You stupid, like he talked to Theo. But
Right. Anyways,
what were we talking about before that?
Popovich,
Oh yeah,
Belichick,
let's
great
move
coaches.
on. Okay, so we got it. We got the Suns out the way. Let's move on to these here Magics or Hawks and the Bucks.
Trae Young hurt, Giannis hurt. Damn.
You know, I seen that play too, and I was like, Clint Capella, like they say he's hurt too. I'll watch that whole shit go down, nigga. You watch, he did one of these on I'm not saying he tried to hurt him. He was like, he going this, and when he saw Giannis was hurt, he was like, oh shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Throw me off to the side.
Oh shit! Nah, I saw that too. It was like he felt like, oh, I don't want the NBA to think I hurt this man. Let me be hurt at the
So I
same
gotta
time.
be hurt. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I
He
saw that.
lightweight laid on him a little bit as he was falling. And I know he was just, you know, I know there's momentum, but you can tell when somebody's kind of just, you know, hamming it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You was laying on that man as y'all both were falling. And, you know, Giannis' injury looks for real. Oh, shit. I got to go dark for one quick second.
Yep, you good. That shit was funny.
He's a fool.
But
Talk about Hawks and Bucks.
so yeah, I got a question. Who does that win? First of all, for all that don't know, Hawks got that game 110-88. Who does that win look worse on? Trae Young or Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Who does the win look worst on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
And don't
you
get
have
me
to say
wrong,
the
it's a
Bucks.
wild question, but who does it look worse on?
I would say Giannis and the Bucks because you got to think. I mean, they're not expected to lose, and Chris Middleton have been balling. He's been actually leading that team doing this.
And
Doing
Giannis
his thing.
didn't get hurt till like the second half of the game.
Right.
It might have
So
been
where
right
does Chris
before the
Middleton at?
end of the second.
So-
I can't remember exactly.
Because let's be real. If Trey goes down, you don't got another Trey type or better player. If
I think you
Giannis goes
do.
down, who? Collins, Hatter,
You know what I'm gonna say.
Lou Will.
You know, Magic City Lou is the guy if
I mean,
Trey goes
but-
down.
But 40 plus points though, or something. You know what I mean? Can you really expect
But
that kind of?
I mean, but
performance?
listen, let's put it into perspective. Nobody had 40 plus points in that game.
What about 38, 35 plus? Anybody had 35 plus?
No.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. Like
That's a
that
good
was
defensive
just
game, man.
well, it was first of all that score lets you know it was a good defensive
Right.
game.
Right.
Second of all, points were spread out. That's what I said about Phoenix. Team ball is the
Right.
key. I said
Right.
the issue with Trae Young is the same issue with Paul George, is that you feel like you have to put up every shot. And when you feel like you got to put up every shot, yeah, it's great if you hit 50%, But 50%, 32 shots.
It's not.
That's still,
Right.
now we're still looking like, well, wait a minute. Why are you
Right.
putting up 16 misses?
Right. Right.
Now, Lou Williams had 21 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists off of 7 of 9 shooting. 2 of 3 from 3. So what I'm getting at is that's just efficiency. That's me knowing when I should shoot, taking the proper shot, or getting the ball out of my hands if I'm not the guy that needs to take the shot. And
Well,
I'm
I
not
think-
saying that Trae Young isn't the guy that should always be taking the shot, but you should get your team involved as well.
I agree, but the thing is, if Trae goes down like we've seen, I don't think Lou can carry that team by himself, like a Trae Young, like how Trae
think
Young
so.
can lead.
I think so.
I don't know if Lou Will can lead in that same.
I think so.
You know what I
I think it's like we said back in the day, way back in the day when we was talking about Lou Williams. I think he just doesn't want to. I think he just is satisfied with the role he plays and the money he makes, and he's like, I'm good here. But if we need him, I mean, he made it clear that he could general enough to get you to win. And on Giannis, you know what I mean? Like, because even if you count that first half, let's take the first half that he played out all together. Him, you still are down best player to best player, and he
Right.
got you that win.
Right.
Right? Now, he got you that win, best player to half a best player, or no best player to half a best player. And I'm still not going to say Trae Young is a Giannis.
Oh, I mean, no.
So I feel like Lou Williams can definitely general you into the finals if he had to.
Well,
I mean,
we're talking about
that's
Bucks
just
and
my
Hawks.
opinion. Yeah, that's just my opinion. But
I think the Bucks came out soft, thinking that it's gonna be sweet without Trae Young, and they tried it.
I agree
And then they
1,000.
came out in the second half. Giannis tried to turn it on, and when he tried to turn it on, he fucked around and got hurt.
It was at the end of the second quarter, right?
No, it was like the beginning of the third.
See, I knew he had played a half. I didn't
Right.
He
know if it was
played the whole first half, and then he came out the second half.
okay.
Reckless abandon. He came out attacking the basket a little bit more, and then he got hurt. And then Chris Middleton tried. That didn't work. And then they got out.
Asleep.
Somebody told me,
I fell asleep on that one.
one of my boys is a Hawks fan and was right. He was like, man, the Bucks aren't a comeback team. Like once
No.
they get down, they're down. They're not
Right.
coming back. Well, if they're winning, they're gonna stay winning. But if
They
they're
don't have
down,
the
they're not.
threats. We talked
They're
about
not.
that.
They're not.
Chris Middleton,
Yeah.
Bryn Forbes, y'all don't have the threats to come back from high deficits.
Man, Chris has it. It's just, I don't know what the. It's easy for me to say this on the couch. Let me say that, but it's like, man, like,
Of course.
how do you go from 38 points and then you can't get the ball in the basket no
That's what
more?
I'm saying.
Like how does that happen?
Inconsistency. It's just inconsistency, and
Right.
it's not that Chris Middleton isn't a marquee player in the league. He
He's an
definitely
all-star.
is. He definitely is. He's definitely top 30. I'm being nice.
I'm not. Hey, I mean,
No, I'm thinking about it. I'll give him top 30. He's definitely
He's
top
a
30.
all-star team, so he has to be at least top 30.
Yeah, he's definitely top 30. I was just thinking about it. But some players just aren't consistent. Like it's like that, like I told you when I put it to you like a spades hand. You know, sometimes you get that great hand. You know what I mean? I got ace, king, queen in spades, and I got 5 low spades to cut whatever you coming with. That
Right.
doesn't mean I'm gonna get that same hand next.
No, you ain't gonna have that hand where it's all spades and the only other cards you have is aces.
Right, and the reason why I use that spades metaphor is because spades is by chance. It's not by skill. See, when you're a Kevin Durant, you start putting, it's like you almost got cards up your sleeve type shit. I can get books out of nowhere. Yeah, you may not have dealt me no spades, but I'm still going to get some books.
Right.
Kevin Durant can break the rules and renege the whole game.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. So
Plus, you had no diamonds. Well, I do now.
Chris Middleton, his game seems more like a gamble to me that he's gonna go off than he's going he's going. It might be even tough to say he'll get out of a 7-game series. He'll get 1 game over 30. That's tough because I don't even think it's 1 out of 7. It's more like 1 out of 10.
Right.
So he may skip a series not getting that, and then the next series he'll go for 35. But I don't know if it's enough that I would. You can't put him with a Giannis. Giannis is too one-dimensional to have a wishy-washy player backing him.
Right.
Yeah, I need you to make these shots.
Right. Have to.
At the free throw line. Help me. You know what I'm saying?
And Giannis got to get better at the free throw line. Giannis has to get better at the free throw line.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you see him, shoot turnaround J's and shit,
you think that right?
But your shot motion is fluid. It doesn't look bad.
Right.
Like, don't look bad. It's not like he's wet from the 3, but in close, his shots don't look bad. You shoot those with confidence. Why is there so much question when you shoot the ball at the free throw line? Like, you're questioning. Like, if I was this free throw coach, I'd be like, just dribble the ball twice and shoot the shit. Quit thinking about it. Quit going.
Right.
With all that time you think about
it, and letting them count down on you. Now they counting the free throw clock. Look at him. He's so fucking stupid. I wish the audio can see his dumb ass. That was it too. He tried to line his arm up like the Madden, like the old school NBA 2K free throw where the ball bounces back and you have to stop it in the middle. He's like,
watch, I'm gonna get all greens. Watch.
Very late. Yeah, his shit like a
very late.
Listen, that's crazy, man. But you're right.
Very early. That's what he shoot. He shoot very early, nigga. Your should be airball like a bitch.
Do we have any updates on Trey or Giannis's injuries?
They said Giannis is not structural damage, so he's just like at worst a sprain.
That's still tough.
It's tough, you know what I'm saying. And then with Trae Young, it's questionable.
Yeah,
I would imagine since it's such a quick turnaround, they really don't get the 2 game. Sometimes they give them 2 games in between. They're not really getting that this series. So, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a tough turnaround. I think Trae might miss at least the next game. I think Giannis might miss at least the next game, if not the rest of the series, because he looked like he was hurt.
Yeah,
had his brother over there like, I got him. It's my brother.
Right. That's exactly what he said. It looked like the Warriors, the ending of the Warriors. You see that where he walked him back to the locker
room? That's some big brother shit.
Oh shit, that's funny. But I agree. I don't know, and it's funny because that Trae Young injury kind of is similar to Kyrie's.
Twisted ankle.
The way they came down and rode they shit, like it seems like either, and it's tough to measure because we don't know whose role was worse because it only takes 1 millimeter over that to be more serious than that other. So, but I'm just gauging it off of Kyrie being out. I mean, we don't know that he would have been back, honestly. And as much as I love my nigga, I don't know that he would have been back if they were still in it right now. And I'm sure he would have came back if they made it to the finals.
When you roll your ankle and like you said, you don't know the to what degree or what severity the injury was. But if you roll an ankle and you don't need surgery, and it's not like a high ankle sprain, I give you 2 weeks to complain. And after that, you gotta get back out here.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what the doctor said.
Like we said, 2 weeks in the playoffs is tough because that could be a whole series. That 1 week could be a whole series. Yeah. Well, a week and a half, I should say.
What I'm saying, like Kyrie's injury was, what was that? Game 2? Game 1? No, game 1 or game 2? It was game 2.
Game 2.
Game 2. So yeah, he was kind of doomed for that series. But you kind of gotta look at Giannis and Trey, and one of y'all boys are going to have to win this series. Somebody's going to win. So whoever wins is your star player going to be able to move forward to that next series. Because I'm pretty much counting them both out for the rest of the series. Ain't but what? 2 more games. You know what I'm saying? If you fuck around, whoever team wins the next game, it's tied, right? It's 4-4.
Well, the Bucks and the Hawks is 2-2.
2-2, yeah. So the next game, if the Hawks can go out and win the next game without Trae Young, I will be just go ahead and sit this nigga in the next game. Same thing with Giannis. If the Bucks can go out and fuck around and win this next game without Giannis, I will be tempted to sit him anyway for the last game.
Right.
I'm not a coach, and that might not be the best thing to do. You might want to have everybody out there full force just to guarantee.
Well, no, I agree with you. I actually agree with you 100% because if he's not going to play anyway and y'all pull off the win, don't bring him back before he's ready.
Yeah, let him get 100% or close to it as possible.
Now, if y'all get the loss, y'all might want to hop in there, one-legged and all. Y'all might want to, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying you don't want what ifs down the line when you're telling stories to your grandkids.
This is the, if there's any time of your career where you're supposed to ignore an injury, is when you're very close to the top of the mountain. You're almost there. Yeah, my ankle hurts, but that I'm not going home.
Devin Booker.
Hey, man, especially
pop my shit back in place, G. I'm going in. Pop it back now.
Especially if you come back and he breathing fine. Is this nigga breathing okay?
Right.
They said he did that with no anesthetics too.
I mean,
I've done it before myself. I know what that feels like, but
his adrenaline was pumping too, though. I mean, just fuck it, just do it. Do it.
I'm sure. But yeah, the great Rip Hamilton, the king of the nose break, even said he need anesthesia when they snap his shit back. But he's also got his shit broke multiple times. He must have brittle face structure.
Now, once you break your nose once, I believe it just becomes easier to break throughout time, if I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken on that?
I don't think that's accurate. It can be accurate, but I think that's I feel like
Owen Wilson's nose like it's prepped and ready to be broken.
Man, listen.
All you need is just a love tap. Black.
Right. Right. And that motherfucker snapped. Or that motherfucker hurt your knuckles. You may need a hook to take that motherfucker out of there.
Something, look.
True.
Because listen, they say you break bones and the bone grows back thicker. So imagine the calcium and all that shit stuck up in here when you break bones multiple times.
Yeah, I don't want to know that feeling.
But anyway, we gonna touch on something since y'all brought it up, and then we'll move on to the last topic and we'll wrap it up because I know concussion protocol over there can't go past 16 plays, or we might get fined by the league.
At least you know I ain't fooling no K-Love.
Malcolm got a migraine.
Oh yeah, migraine. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta take some of that Advil. Migraine, nigga.
I still ain't do nothing.
They do make specific migraine pills now.
They told me to.
Then you got to bite down.
Yeah, that's what. Listen, this right here does it always for me. Now it's only temporary.
Right.
It is only
temporary solution.
This is a pressure point that goes straight to your brain. It relieves like pressure from like the inside of you. So if you press them on like both sides, it relieves your headache, but it's only like temporary. You gotta keep doing it to.
Nigga sit there all day.
Yawn is my.
Yawning.
Like this.
That helps.
My head is fucking busting.
That helps.
Helps me. Helps gets oxygen to my brain. I don't know, nigga. Just
that's
something I've been doing since I was it's one of them things you do as a kid and you just hold on to it.
Right.
Doesn't work. I don't know, but
I ain't mad at you. But speaking of injuries, I did want to bring up that out of everybody in the playoffs this year, there's only been 2 teams that have lost a star player on them that are no longer in there, which I thought was ironic. The only 2 teams that didn't seem to lose a star, and I would say that being Miami, and I would say that with Memphis. are not in the playoffs. But if you look at everybody else, 76ers with Embiid, Wizards with Beal, everybody else has lost a key player, if not multiple, in these NBA playoffs. So it almost brought me back to LeBron James' statement. Could he be right anywhere with that? You know what I mean? Because at first we were gauging him as soft. I don't necessarily consider the season or the turnaround as being tough. I do see how all of the back-to-back games that you tried to force into the season. But could there be a hint, a shred of evidence that what LeBron is saying is true when you look at all of the injuries that have happened this year with all the marquee players at that?
There's some truth to it. I mean, it's not like it's completely wrong, but it's some. If he said at the beginning of the year, I wasn't paying attention, so let me say that. But to say that as you sit on your couch at home sounds like you're bitter. That's just me. But at the same time, I get where he's coming from. But like I'm hard pressed to think about NBA seasons where the playoffs come around and somebody doesn't, falter energy, like Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Warriors run, they fell to all those injuries because they went to the finals so many times over the years, they started to falter.
Right.
If you're a team that consistently goes deep into the playoffs, look, your off season is less. And some of the teams, like you said, the Grizzlies, and who else did you say?
The Grizzlies and the Heat were the only two that really
now the Heat went to the finals last year.
Right.
Pretty much got swept. I think they won one game. And
I think you're right.
After that, they were bounced out the first round. So they didn't even have a chance to go deep in the playoffs to stress anything out. They had their whole team when they went who they played the first round? The Bucks.
But with that being said, couldn't you say the same about the Lakers? Because if they didn't go deep in the finals, if the Heat didn't go deep in the finals, then that means the Lakers got them out quick, and the Heat came back and didn't have too many injuries. So what's your excuse?
My excuse is that the Lakers are an older team.
Okay.
By far. The Heat will be the younger team. And their star player, I believe, is younger than Anthony Davis. Oh, whoa. No,
I don't think so. I don't think Jimmy Butler is younger than Anthony.
Still, Jimmy Butler is.
No, he's not younger. He's older than.
Yeah, but it's not by much. You are right.
Oh, I think Jimmy Butler played years in college. Maybe 2 or 3. I think
he went to Marquette.
Marquette. Yeah, he went to Marquette.
Butler?
Yeah, he might have played a couple. Marquette. I think he might be right.
D-Wade went to.
I think he might be right now that I think about
it. There's so many variables to what he said. Like, okay, that's the reason. Yeah, that could be the reason. But if you know what the season's going to be, you have to be prepared for it, right?
Jimmy Butler's more sturdy anyway, and I just wanted to slide that in there. But continue.
I'm not going to argue that. But what I'm trying to say is that when you know what the season's going to entail, you have to take the proper steps to make sure you're ready for the postseason.
Amen.
Right. If I'm not mistaken, motherfuckers took hella games off.
They did.
COVID protocols and shit, and and shit. I won't play this game against the Kings and shit. I'm gonna sit out this game. So the whole rest shit. If it was like a situation where, they stopped the whole what do they call it? The coach's decision not to play a player, but they don't have to be injured. I forget what it's called. You just don't play, right? For whatever reason, you just don't play.
Like a DMP type shit.
Yeah, you're not injured.
Personal reasons or whatever.
You're not injured. You're not, nobody died or something in your family. You just don't feel like playing. And if that's the case, it's hard for me to listen to you at the end of the season. But like, man, we had these back-to-back games. LeBron didn't play every game of the season.
Right. Okay.
I tell you who did play every game of the season. Jokic. I'll give him that. They said Jokic didn't miss a game the whole season or the playoffs.
And you know what he was putting. But we've also talked. He has a lazy game, but he stepped it up a bit this year. I'll give him that.
Just to play every season, that used to be a badge of honor back in the day. But to play every game of the season,
that
and
died with Tristan Thompson.
Man,
Tristan Thompson had 7 straight seasons where he didn't miss a game.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's got the record, the NBA record for most games played or most consecutive games played.
There's some people out there who had that attitude of, I'm not going to make excuses. If I feel like I can play, I'm going to play. If I can't play,
right,
I'm not going to play. But I'm not going to blame everybody else in the system I'm in, right?
Right.
You get hurt, but you can't be like, oh, man, 72 games this season. It was back-to-back games.
Right, and I'm hurt.
I took a month off, but that wasn't enough.
And then you got motherfucking Julius Erving over there looking like, what the fuck? Like we was what?
Exactly.
Like we was going 15 rounds back in the day, and you talk about your 12.
Right.
Now it's 10 for some.
Right. Like what? What?
Damn.
So yeah, no, I get it. I mean, how you feel, Mark? You think that? I mean, I think he summed it up. I guess that, yeah.
No, I definitely agree. That's valid. Ain't no other way you could put it.
Yeah, he summed it up for me. But once again, we are back at that time. I'm gonna ask for predictions, and then we in the last topic. Malk, if you got a cut, that's absolutely fine. But before you do, I would like your predictions for the Miami. Or I keep saying Miami.
I know
damn it.
Milwaukee,
the Hawks
Atlanta.
and Milwaukee. It's that M. It's that M for me. The Hawks, Milwaukee next game.
You should use colors. Forest
and that's
green.
game 5, right?
Yeah, that's game 5 for them. So one of the two will be going up on this one. I want exact same for the Suns. I don't need any stat lines because we know Giannis ain't playing and Trey ain't playing. But give me what you think this next game would be.
So where's the game being played at? Do we know if it's in Atlanta or Milwaukee?
This one will be in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
With Trae Young being questionable, Giannis being out, there's still a Chris Middleton. So I want Atlanta to win, but I'm gonna say Milwaukee takes this game 5. I'm gonna say Milwaukee takes
Millie Rock.
Young Pete, my boy, Crazy Eyes, man. I need Crazy Eyes.
Right.
I'm gonna say. I know you said they got Lou Will Cliff, but I'm gonna say Milwaukee wins 103. We'll say to 95. Ooh. Milwaukee.
103. I actually like that. Okay.
Yeah, I just don't know with Trey being out. And then for the Suns,
you already gave me the Suns.
Oh, okay, right. I thought so, right. Well, you had mentioned it, I thought again.
Listen, that concussion protocol, G.
Right.
You said that host.
Who, me? I said what?
You said something about the Suns. You was describing that shit to me, man. I'm relatively sober right now, so I've been listening a lot.
Right.
Did I say the Suns? I said I don't want no stat line like Devin Booker with the Suns because we know. Yeah. But you are right. I did say that.
My hit the showers.
Don don't like either of those teams. I'm not a fan either, but Atlanta kind of means something. I definitely don't want to see Milwaukee take it, but
right.
Yeah, go ahead and give me your hit the showers since we at the 16th play and I don't want the fines.
Right. Who's hitting the showers this week? I'm gonna say
and cuz I got one more topic for you and then we gonna wrap it up.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I need the Clippers to hit the showers.
Clippers.
I'm hating because obviously I'm a Lakers fan, but they share the same. You know what I mean? I don't want to see the Clippers. Is how I feel about the Cowboys. I almost want to see anybody else but the Clippers win it. I know they never won before, but
that's just salty. You just salty right now.
Right.
Yeah, I am salty.
Concentration is high.
Not to keep you any longer, but why the Cowboys? Why is it the Cowboys that you have to see lose all the time? Why is that?
Because they're in my division.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're rivals.
Okay.
They're America's team that's not really. Didn't we talk about
who's America and whose team?
Right. Wasn't it you and Nana talked about technically it would have been the Patriots back during their run that would have been considered America's team?
No, they
when they were winning back when
I
Brady,
did say they would be more considered than
what I mean?
That's because of nowadays, because we all know what happened in the 90s.
Well, yeah, no. What you talking about like with Bledsoe and all them? Like we're not talking about that.
Yeah, no.
The Patriots up until 2001.
Right, that's what I'm saying with Bledsoe and all them like that. We're not, but
we're
the
talking
Patriots
the Brady
had
era.
a long reign where I feel like that was more so America's team than the Cowboys were for a long while in those 2000s.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I get that. And Donovan said Trae Young because of the 16 for 32 shots. But you know what?
Oh, I gotta get out of here with Donovan.
Yeah, but you know what? That's 50% is still good in the NBA. My whole thing is like I said, like the extra 16, like it's not needed. A lot of those shots that I do see from Trae, some of them are forced, and I feel like if you could cut some of that back and get the team involved a bit more, you would have a lot more success. Because it's clear with the game 4 with Lou Williams, when the whole team was even with points, it was like, well, damn, what can they do?
Right.
But when Trae go out there and he throw up, like you said, 32, and you hit 16, yeah, that's great. You went 50%, but you took 16 shots and missed. So I'll give you some slack on that. I'll take that. But we ain't wrapping up quick. But I appreciate you giving me your hit the showers early because I saw you gave it last week and I didn't get to it. So I will take that. Malk, if you would like to exit, do you have anything to say to the shower heads before you go?
Cavs will have their shot one day. It can't rain forever.
See, it's funny that you say that, and you hopping off when we get into that. But that's fine. That's fine.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, just check the end of this podcast out when you come back.
All right, I'm gonna holler at y'all.
All right, chump. Rush your
peace,
head. Take some might off. Wish I could have caught that. I'm gonna have to text that to him. Yeah, what's your predictions? Just points in team. And give me a wild one. Give me a wild stat line that you think that might happen. Like Clint Capella goes for 23 rebounds, or something crazy.
I think Clint Capella's playing. I think he's questionable.
Oh, really?
He took that whole fake injury to the top. He took it to the top. He's questionable. He's probably gonna play.
Right. That's what I was about to say. He'll probably be at tip off.
Just tell him I'm hurt. I'll just go move him. You're all right, man. I acted like I was hurt. I have to be hurt.
Right. I'm questionable until tip off.
I'm gonna say Cam Reddish scores 30 points. I wish the fuck you would get out of my head. What the fuck? What's happening?
I wish the fuck you would get out of my head.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
What are we talking about here?
Give me your score. Give me your score.
Look, man, you need to think different. Open up your mind and goddamn expand your horizons.
I'm about to explain, but give me your score.
Read a book, nigga. My score. I don't like what I've seen out the Bucks. And they're my team to make to the finals. I think I picked that team. I think I picked the Suns to go to the finals.
You definitely picked the Suns. Was it the
The,
Bucks?
the Bucks give you shaky ground to stand on. It's hard. It's hard for me to be confident that y'all gonna come out there and motherfucking do what y'all supposed to do. I'm gonna go with the Hawks.
Hawks, what's the score?
I'm gonna go with the Hawks.
Yeah, you said Bucks in 6.
Ah, man.
You
I'm
said
gonna go
Bucks
with
in
the
6. I said Atlanta in 6.
I'm gonna go with my heart because of what I seen in the last game. I saw the Bucks realize, hey, we can. I mean, not the Bucks, but the Hawks was like, nigga, we can ball too.
Listen, Herter, all of them.
We need Trae Young,
but we don't need, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with the Hawks. And I'm gonna take. And if Giannis is not playing, I'm saying the Bucks lose by at least 15.
What's the score?
It shouldn't be too high. You know what? Fuck it. 120 to 115. I'm gonna go square.
Okay, so it's 5 then. Not 15. They lose by 5.
It said 120 to 1. Oh, my bad. 120 to 105.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm 120, 105.
Yeah, my math was off.
But what the reason why I said get the fuck out of my head is because I didn't even bring it up when Malcolm was on, and I'm pissed that I didn't. Was so happy to see Cam Reddish was back.
Oh, he was nice out there. I was
Listen,
like, who's this nigga with the braids?
Right, he been gone so long, motherfuckers forgot about him, and that's another thing I was gonna bring back up because we talked about it previously. I don't know if you remember at the beginning of the season, Cam Reddish or R.J. Barrett, and we all landed on R.J. Barrett, but I said originally I think Cam Reddish would have the potential to be better if Trae Young was not on the court. And now that Trae Young is out and he came back, listen, he only hit 12 points, but he was very consistent with those 12.
He looked like, I've never owned a dog before, so I might be a little off on this, but he looks like that pit bull that like you have to like keep congratulating because he doesn't know he's doing good. You know, so he come back to, what am I doing, coach? You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep doing that. Keep doing that.
Kind of how I said Cleveland did to Colin Sexton. Oh, you don't remember that either. We had an episode where I said,
"You're talking about playoff basketball, baby. This is playoff."
Right.
You ain't played since the regular season, and he hopped off the porch, hungry. It's not like you had a
right.
Let
me shut up.
Not like a career team. Man, look, I seen him playing out there. You look like you're ready to play. Like when they said they're going to give you your time to get your shit together to come out and produce. I mean, damn it, Nate McMillan, that's what you did.
I think he's a future scorer in the league. Off of what I saw, I think he's a future scorer in the league. He just needs time to develop.
Especially if you're coming off cold, right? In the middle of a very heated series, right? Eastern Conference Finals. You ain't played since February. You coming off cold, and you out there like you should be out there.
Right.
That's why, you know what I'm saying? When I seen him out there, I guess I wasn't listening to like the pregame, so I didn't know he was playing. But when I seen him ball, I was like, who's this? Oh, that's Cam Reddish. This nigga came out, man, Trae Young ain't playing. Give me a jersey.
Right.
Give me a jersey. I'm gonna get a paycheck too, goddamn.
Listen, but it goes deeper than that because when I said stay out of my mind, that was my prediction. Now I wasn't going quite. I mean, 30 is it though. I guess 30 is it because I wasn't thinking. I was just going to say he was going to have a high scoring game. I didn't think of the points. I don't think he's going to touch 30 though. I think he hits like 28, like 27, 28 point game. I'm gonna go with 27. But I do think he has a great game in this game. I'm going to go Hawks, of course. I guess that's not of course. I shouldn't say of course. But I will go Hawks. Score. No Giannis, no Trae. I think you're right, too, though. I think it's a high scoring game. The only thing that makes me question it is the Clint Capella shit. Does he come back for tip off? And I'm pretty confident he will.
I'm 95% that this nigga's finna play.
I am as well.
Don't look me in my face and tell me that you was hurt. I ain't see where it
Right.
If it did happen, God bless you. I mean, I know stuff happens, like a tweak here or a tweak there, nerve. Right. But nigga, when you landed against that ground, I saw you look Giannis full in his face.
I did too.
You reaction like, oh, I'm hurt too.
He looked like the fucking emoji, the side eyes emoji.
What's wrong with you? Can put on my knee or something. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what's wrong with you. What's wrong with you first? You tell me.
It'll be the next day. Your knee ain't swollen or nothing, Clint.
Oh, man.
Praise God, man. Praise God.
That nigga's stupid. So I'm gonna go with Hawks. I'm gonna go Hawks. Ooh, I'm gonna go 123. I'm gonna go 123, 111. Yeah, 123, 111, and Cam is gonna hit us with 27. I'm going to be even more specific, and I'm going to say 27, 3, and 2.
I want to take this time also, since we're talking about the Hawks in Milwaukee. I want to go ahead and shout out Marv Albert. You know what I'm talking about? He was a pivotal part in my goddamn NBA viewership over the years. You know what I'm saying? He's retiring after the series. This is his last series. He's going to hang it up.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want to give him his piece. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those voices you always hear, man. I'm going to give you your flowers, man. That's all you're going to get.
Listen, that's all he going to get. Well, hopefully he gets more. I'm sure the buck doesn't stop here.
They had a whole little Marv Albert.
No puns.
This man has been calling games since the 50s, I believe. Like 59 and some shit like that. 63, some shit. Nigga, how old are you? But this also is a good thing for the young ones coming up because there's always that old nigga that don't let go of the game.
Listen.
6, 8, 7. Please retire.
That's the reason why we podcasting and they got all them old niggas on ESPN.
True.
So, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend.
We're all good people here.
Okay, last topic. I wanted to touch on it. The newcomers to the NBA next year.
You saw the combine?
No, I didn't.
They got combine games. You ain't watched them?
No.
You behind, pimp.
I sure am.
Go ahead and watch them. They got Josh Christopher out there and shit. I forget the new. There was one dude who showed out. I forget his name, but he showed out.
The Cleveland dude going to Cleveland?
I got
Jalen Green?
Well, they haven't been drafted, so. No, it's not Jalen Green. It wasn't him.
Okay.
It wasn't Josh Christopher or Jalen Green. It wasn't none of them niggas. They had good games. But there was another dude. I forget his name.
No, I'm saying, I'm speaking into existence. Cleveland gets Jalen Green.
You might want this other nigga, man. Like, you should watch this combine for a game that's like a draft, assessment. It was a pretty entertaining game. Like,
right.
They're dunking. What is this dude's name, man?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Damn, I can't think of what it's called though. What did you call it? The combine?
Yeah.
It wasn't the combine. It was
No, there's definitely a draft combine. That's what it's called.
But they don't show the whole thing.
They
show highlights from I can't think of what the fuck they call it.
Well, I got NBA TV and shit.
Yeah, I
So
don't have it. Yeah, I don't have that.
I might have had access.
Yeah, I don't
But
have that.
damn, that's not it.
But yeah, what's his name? What's the dude's name?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine.
Well, let me ask you why you looking. You think your boy going first? Who you think going first?
You talking about a dude from Ohio
Oklahoma.
State? Oh,
Who would you say? Who'd you think?
I don't know who's going first because one of them drafts where I don't. To be honest
I
with you,
think it's a tie.
there's no real clear cut. First of all, who drafts first? I don't know the answer.
Detroit.
Detroit. These niggas need everybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
They need everybody.
mock drafts, of course, got Cade Cunningham going number 1. Only
Oh, yeah.
problem I see with that is if you put Cade Cunningham on Detroit, then what you gonna do with Sadiq Bey? Because they're essentially the same player. You know what I mean? That bi-level shooting guard, small forward. So it's like, are you going to move Sadiq out the way and offload him somewhere else? Or are you going to try to do the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown thing and hope one of them fits in the other spot and you can play them both? So I could see a switch up or a wild card being thrown in the first.
My bad, Keon Johnson. I don't know who that nigga is, but he showed this. It's the combine scrimmages. It's a scrimmage game, so it's like all the top 20, I would say, top 30.
The name sounds familiar, but it's not striking. I can't.
And let's also be real. Let's also be real. It's like
Where's
Washington
he
Summer.
out of? Where's he out of? UNC?
He's out of. Hold on, I just lost it. Let me say his name. Hold on.
Or is it the Florida State boy? I think it's.
Because all this dude was really doing was just mashing on everybody. But it was entertaining as fuck. What's his nigga's name? He went to Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay,
Yeah.
no, that's not what I'm thinking.
6'5", Shelbyville, Tennessee.
Nah, we need to go who I'm going with, Jalen Green. And we just said it at the beginning of the podcast. We don't know if that was a high spades hand or if you really got that.
I mean, like I said, summer league and combine and all that involved, like those are all measurements, and it's kids playing against more or less kids of their own skill level.
Well, the whole reason why I still rock with my nigga Jalen is because he bypassed college and went straight to the G League.
No, he has. But did you watch his G League game?
I've seen him play. I have seen one or two of his G League games.
You should watch him. It's
And
not
if
like
I'm being honest, in the games that I saw, I was left wanting.
He was mediocre. Maybe.
Right. I was left wanting. But what I will say is on the season, he ended with 13.6 with a 36.53.
Which isn't bad, but you have to understand this. You're playing Class A. I was about to use baseball terms. I shouldn't even go that far. You're playing minor league basketball.
Right.
Minor league basketball.
But minor league basketball is still more competitive than NCAA.
It is, but what I'm trying to say is that it's hard to judge what you're going to do in the NBA when you're just playing against people who are all trying to make the NBA. So if you're scoring 13 points, it's not bad. I will want to know what his minutes are. It will be my next question. How many minutes are you playing?
I didn't go that deep into it.
If you're not playing much minutes and you're getting 13, then you're good. But if you're playing the majority of the game and you're 13 and 36,
I don't even agree. I don't agree with that. Just because at the same point, that's the difference between going to the NCAA and bypassing that to go to the G League. Now you have to develop, because we all know you're not a developed player after high school.
Well,
You're-
let's just keep this funky. Some of the best players over the last 20, 25 years came straight out of high school.
Well, I wouldn't say that they were developed either.
Hey,
LeBron was not developed.
Wasn't developed, but he was still scoring like 18, 19.
And that's what I'm getting at. So what I'm saying is, when you bypass that level of development and go straight to a situation where it's like, I have to do something, then of course your to keep it general, your stats will go down. Yeah. Now, we all know a 13.6 in the G League would probably equal out to 23 points a game in college, at least.
You can say that.
I'm saying for someone like a Jalen Green. He was number one coming out high school in 2020. We knew he was going to be something.
My only small rebuttal to that is that scoring 23 points in college is hard, period. Because of the system that you play in.
Right.
You're playing one of them systems where the shot clock is 30 fucking seconds.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Pass the ball around the key, then you might get the ball. If you average 30 points in college.
Yeah, that's unheard of.
It's not unheard of, but it rarely happens.
That's unheard of recently. Who's the last person that's done that? I don't even know.
I said recently, but it's not unheard of.
I thought I had that.
No, if you look at a Steph Curry in college,
I can't find it. I thought I had that though.
Look at a Dwayne Wade in college. You know, people who actually spent seasons in the college program, they were like 15, 17 point niggas. You know what I'm saying? Until they got that green light. So like, look, when we come down the court, you don't have to pass the ball. Shoot that bitch.
Yeah, because I think Steph Curry, he had more than, what'd you say, 18 when he graduated or when he came out?
18 what?
18 points a game?
Might be.
I think he had more than that.
What, Steph Curry?
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and deny that, but that's also 3 years or 2 years of accumulation.
Right.
We're talking about somebody's come out this like first year out. That's why I put it.
Right. You might be right.
Curry and Dwayne Wade in the same category because they were relatively unknown until they went to college and started putting buckets up on people. And they weren't scoring 30 points a game. They might have had 20, 21. I'm not gonna say it didn't, but scoring that many points in college, the time you have less time in college, it's only 40 minutes, right? You have a whole bunch more timeouts. The shot clock when they played was 35 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. They brought that shit down to 30 seconds not too long ago.
Yeah, don't give me the line. Yeah.
But they brought down the shot clock for that reason because people got tired of the boring-ass offenses where they spend 25 seconds
dribbling at the across the half, right?
Ball around the key trying to cheat the zone defense to try to find a hole. That's what they do. They pass around the key. If you're in 2-3 or 3-2, you're gonna fuck up at some point, and that's when you pass it down low and shoot the three.
Right. No, y'all listen. No, I agree. So, well, let me back to my question. Now, and I know that's tough because, and you expressed that with knowing the picks. Detroit does need everything. Do they go with the scorer in Cade Cunningham?
I think they do. I think if you want to service your fans, you get the best possible. If Cade Cunningham's the best possible.
Right. Real question is, do you let somebody like that slide at 2 if he is the best possible out of the draft?
I don't think you do. I think you just draft him and try to figure it out from there.
I mean, I really don't feel like Detroit's been trying to figure it out, so it shouldn't One more year shouldn't be an issue. They say so. The battle of the top three in the number one spot, they say, is Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna correct myself real quick.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take my own L. Because I looked up the stats. I'm gonna take this L.
As far as Steph?
Steph Curry averaged 28 points his last season in college.
Mm-hmm.
But you also play on a team where who else are gonna pass the ball to? But 28 points in college, Steph. That's why he got drafted in the first round. They seen that. I was like, man, ain't no way in hell we're not drafting this nigga. Draft this motherfucker.
That's what I was about to say. In his senior year, I don't know about all around points, but his senior year.
That was his junior year.
Oh, was it?
Went out after his junior year.
What I say senior, I meant last.
It was last year.
Right. And that is a mistake on my behalf. But yeah, I definitely didn't remember anything. I didn't remember him getting 28. I'm not going to lie. But I definitely didn't remember anything below a low 20.
No, when he was in that tournament, that's what turned him up. The NCAA tournament.
Right.
Man. They made that run. And it just kept, he was wet. He was real wet.
How about
everything?
Was you about to? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm saying like that's what the tournament's so important is because you can take somebody who's at a mid-major school, you put them in a tournament, and they still wet. You're not stopping shit. Damian Lillard, Dwayne Wade,
right.
CJ McCollum, Steph Curry. We all at mid-major schools. Would you put us in this tournament? Start acting the ass on y'all boys.
Right.
Man. What's that dude's name to play for the Heat?
Who? Oh, I hope you ain't froze. You froze?
Am I froze?
Yeah, you back now. You back now, bobbing and weaving. Who for the Heat? You said not Diallo.
Shaq Diallo? Not Shaq, but Adebayo is what you mean?
Adebayo. Bam Adebayo. He came out of Florida, didn't he?
Okay, see. No, I'm not talking about Adebayo. I'm talking about one of the white boys.
Duncan Robinson.
Damn. Now I gotta look that up. God damn it.
Tyler Hero came out of Kentucky, right?
Hold on.
I don't know who would be besides Duncan.
We need a statistician.
Man, somebody, shit.
We need a goddamn a young Jamie on his dick.
Somebody.
What's up, Tyler Hero?
Don said Milwaukee wins by 5, 96-91. Let me put down there. Don Millie rocking. $96.91.
Yeah, so I was wrong on that too. I'm trying to figure out who the person was. Because Duncan Robinson went to Michigan.
He did go to Michigan. Figure out who. That's a no-name school, so. OH, bitch! I-O, ho! God damn with your freezing ass.
Hey, you freezing too. It might be me though, because my shit's on the outs. I'm changing the service tomorrow, so it might be,
Right. They trying to hit you off. They like cut his data plan down.
Yeah, I'm switching from AT&T to Comcast. Fuck these niggas, man. What's happening? Do what you gotta do. We cut my shit off, nigga. What's happening?
So we'll run through it quick. So Houston Rock. Well, I said the top three were Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, and Evan Mobley out of USC. He the center. They compared.
Is that Mobley, son?
I don't know.
Go ahead. Let's just skip that whole part.
I don't know. But he is center out of USC. They compare him to Chris Bosh. He got a 3. He very defensively inclined. You know what I mean? Got good timing, long arms, all that jazz. Gets a lot of blocks. I mean, he's a good pick. But my question would be, who would need a big man? I would think that fits for Houston because you still need to replace your Clint Capella.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You need a lob threat. You need all that, and you do get that in him, as well as defense. He was Defensive Player of the Year. He was Pac-12 Player of the Year. He was
I start at some point I start questioning niggas like Hart. Like, all the other shit's kind of good, but like when you get to the NBA, are you gonna accept the challenge or are you gonna shy away from it? I think that's what all coaches want to see. Like, however they figure that out. They used to have that shit where niggas used to get a haze back in the day. I was kind of like one of the ways you would figure that shit out.
Right.
But now it's kind of you have to really gauge your players. Like, okay, so can you learn?
Ever since they see Anthony Davis with his ass cheeks out in the locker room, they said, we done with this hazing shit.
Can you explain this?
Yes, this hazing shit is over.
He was mom on the phone talking about my son's ass cheeks pointed up.
Right. And why the fuck was you smiling, little nigga?
Exactly. Hey, it probably took a black mom to do that shit.
Oh man, that's funny as fuck. What would you say? My fault.
It's just hard to gauge where your dedication is because there's so many distractions when it comes to it. When you become an NBA player, you get more followers and all that shit that's now existing.
Right.
Fame and all that type of shit. How much does that affect you? Are you gonna be one of them dudes that doesn't pay attention to it? Or are you gonna be one of them guys that gets like enthralled with it and that's all you think about is after practice, I gotta go pick this bitch up and take this bitch there. And,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta go do this and I gotta go make sure. Or are you really a gym rat? You know what I'm saying? I think that's what Summer League and that's what, of course, tryouts and all other stuff is for. But the top 5, what picks automatically make the team? Top 10 first round picks?
Well, the lottery picks are the top 15.
They automatically make the team.
The lottery do?
I believe they do. I'm gonna go on a limb and say I think it's like the NFL where it's like if you got in the first round, we got 1 year with you at least. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, the lottery is the top 15 in the NBA.
Yeah, them niggas you stuck with for at least a year. So when you make that pick, once you get them out of training camp and summer league and the preseason, and you play like halfway through the season, I think that's the only way you figure out if you made a good not made a good purchase, but you made a good decision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If once they go through the actual ringer and okay, game 10, game 15 of the season, these boys is out here producing. You know what I'm saying? Or game 10, game 15 out the season, I gotta take you out the game after 5 minutes because you don't know the plays.
Right.
You good, man? Something shaky going off to the side, man.
Nah, these little niggas just slick.
All right.
You know how it be. It's the same everywhere. You hear fireworks, you hear gunshots. You don't know which is which.
You don't know which is which until you figure out how many has happened.
Right.
If it's a pop, it's fireworks. But I don't know no niggas ever in life who shoot one shot. Nigga who shoots one shot. You better be a good shot.
A hit man.
Could be, but these, we're not gonna go in that conversation. There is no gun training in the hood. Niggas get guns before they even know how to shoot them hoes, man. Niggas that had nice guns and Glocks and shit don't even know how to shoot them bitches.
You right.
So it's time to nigga have them.
You ain't lied. But speaking of shooting, They talking about what I was about to say when you was talking earlier, and then we gonna get to the last two and we out. The Timberwolves traded they pick to the Warriors. They got pick 6 or something like that.
The Timberwolves want Ben Simmons really bad.
How did it's a 3-way? How did the Warriors got anything to do with that?
So what? So explain it to me one more time. The
They
Timberwolves
said the Timberwolves gave their 6th pick to the Warriors. First round 6th pick or something like that. Either the 6th or the 7th. It's no lower than the 10th. I can't remember it exactly, but
where do the Timberwolves pick? I mean, where do the Timberwolves pick after? Here's what I'm saying. From what I understand, the Timberwolves want Ben Simmons.
Mark said Chris Paul bussing.
I gotta look at the score of the game. I got the game on. What's on? They're doing another Fast and Furious commercial.
No, it ain't been.
They're gonna make.
I was just saying that.
But what I'm trying to say is that I don't know if that has anything to do with Ben Simmons, but I know they want Ben Simmons bad. And sometimes teams trade their pick to somebody and trust that they're going to do something for them.
7. Golden State got 7.
So I would imagine that. So do they have 7 and 6 now?
No. I said 6. It was 7.
All right. So
they got 7 from Minnesota.
And was that like a protected pick that they had in a trade from when they got Wiggins?
That's a good fucking question. The dot connector over there. Because, that doesn't make sense. It would have to be, it seems like it would be a years ago commitment.
They've been making these NBA deals real complicated. And they passed the buck.
Right.
Where they let somebody get a team, like a player that they can get, so they can make a trade for the player that you want, so they can get him to you for something. I don't know how it works, but just like Kobe, Kobe went to Charlotte, but that wasn't because Charlotte wanted him. That's because the Lakers were like, look, you get Kobe, and I'm gonna give you Vlade Divac, even trade, even trade. Shout out to what's the nigga name, Jerry West. Cause he sold it to him. Like, man, look, I'm gonna give y'all Vlade Divac. You know who Vlade Divac is? Yeah. You know who Kobe Bryant is? No.
But you know what?
Kobe Bryant.
So was Eddie Jones drafted straight to the Lakers?
Yes, I think he was. But then after they figured out who Kobe Bryant was, he went to the Heat.
Oh, I thought they sent him to Charlotte first.
Who?
He might have ended with Charlotte. Eddie Jones.
No, Eddie Jones went to the Heat before he went to, I guess he ended up in Charlotte. But they traded the Heat.
Oh, okay.
I think that was part of I think that's around the time Pat Riley took over. This is all speculation. I'm using memory right now.
Listen, that's all we doing.
But I do know Eddie Jones went to the Heat after he went to the Lakers. Or he went to the Heat at some point in time. I remember him being a Heat. Now, if he was on Charlotte, on
Charlotte.
I know Vlade Divac was a direct trade for Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Vlade Divac was, hey, give us Kobe Bryant. We already got Eddie Jones. We don't need Kobe Bryant. You got Vlade. You know what I'm saying? And Eddie Jones, who was a great player back then, not Kobe Bryant, but when you talk about great role players, and Eddie Jones was a bucket back in the day. 1995, 96. That was Eddie Jones' team, nigga.
Listen, Eddie Jones beat Kobe out for the starting spot before.
Yeah, 1997. That's when it all changed. 97, 98. When Kobe had that game against the Jazz where he blew it. Straight blew it. Air balls. And it was never that again. Shout out Kobe Bryant, man. Rest in peace, man. He was a real nigga.
R.I.P. The GOAT. Yeah, L.A., Charlotte, Miami, Memphis, Miami, Dallas, Indiana.
Okay. I know he went to Miami at some point. But I know he went to Charlotte first.
Motherfucker went to Miami twice.
Did he play for Charlotte? Or did he just get bounced between
No, he
them?
played.
No, okay.
What? Yeah, no, I remember him playing, but he only played for 1 year there.
I mean, he had like a somewhat resurgence with the Heat.
Mm-hmm. That's probably why they wanted him back, because it said Heat 2000 to 2005. Then he went to Memphis from 2005 to 2007. Then he went back to the Heat for the rest of 2007.
Shout out Eddie Jones, wherever you at, nigga. Put your feet up.
Right,
Man.
give him his roses while he's still here. But
If it wasn't for Kobe Bryant, I'd have been
right,
you on the three-peat shit, but I'd have been a Laker, goddamn.
Listen, I used to rock with Eddie Jones back in the day, though.
Everybody fuck. I'm telling you, man, Eddie Jones is a perfect example of, man, have you seen Kobe, though? Real nigga conversations, like, man, I fuck with you a long way, but nigga, we saw Kobe practicing in the gym.
No,
Jackson
shit.
didn't want to no more and shit, nigga.
That's funny.
It's over with, nigga.
That's funny as fuck. Oh shit. All right. We'll wrap it up. Lastly, we got Toronto taking Jalen Suggs out of Gonzaga. Do you see that happening? Do you see Toronto needing well, no. That doesn't make sense.
He's a guard, man.
He's a point guard.
I know James.
But they also said, Toronto said that they were putting all of their energy behind Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that this year's draft class is a little weak.
You think?
I think it's weak because there's not a lot of I'm not gonna blame COVID on too much, but I'm saying there's a lot of questionable things about these players. It wasn't a regular season last year. So I'm gonna say it's a little bit weak. And that's just me. You know, Jalen Green, Josh Christopher, prove me wrong, nigga. Do something. What's that nigga name from Ohio State? Nigga, do something for once. Those Ohio State basketball players, nigga. We got our best basketball player ever.
Michael Redd.
Yeah. And he from Columbus. Shout out. He from the west side. I don't know where that is, but he from there. He went to West High School. I don't think that shit exists no more.
Yeah, it still exists. Somebody just I'm not gonna go there.
He from Columbus though. Shout out Mike Redd. You from the city. Greg Oden from Minneapolis. Mike Connolly, you not from Columbus. Fucking who else? Was Evan Turner from the A. Can't name anybody else. They actually went to Ohio State. Jim Jackson's from Ohio. I wouldn't call him. You have to name somebody for me. I've seen a lot of the Ohio niggas going to like Michigan and shit, and fucking Karis and shit.
Yeah, I mean, but when you get turned down by Ohio State, and it's like your dream was to play for Ohio State, I understand why you go to Michigan. That would be my next stop. I'd be like, oh, okay.
That's what he did to Trey Burke.
Hey, would you?
Trey Burke said something. We got Jared already.
Yep, I don't, and that's what I'm saying. And Trey Burke, I rocks with the homie. I shouts Malcolm's big brother.
Who's that?
Trey Burke.
Are they related for real? No, I don't know.
No, they ain't related. We was at Malcolm's bachelor party, and he was like, "Oh, bro, that's Trey Burke over there. Come over." I said, "I ain't going over there." You got a picture with it? I ain't going over there to talk to you and Trey Burke. I don't do that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It makes sense.
But shout out to his big bro. Nah, but I mean, I fucks with the homie. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not no motherfucking groupie. Like even if LeBron was out, I'm not about to come up to you. I wouldn't want you coming up to me, and I'm a nobody. So why would I just come up and be like, "Hey, Brian, I just want to, listen. If that's what it takes to get this podcast to pop, it will not happen. So I'm gonna need y'all to like, subscribe, and share, cause I'm just not. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm making money to interview somebody, that's different. I'll invade anybody's privacy if it means a blow up. But it's not my regular nature, is what I'll say.
I'll get you because we both regular people. And I'll be damned if you come with me on some humbug shit talking about, hey, what's happening?
Right. And I don't know you? That costs motherfuckers' lives where I come from. I'm not about to do that to somebody.
All due respect. I need you to push back a little bit. Push back. That's what social media is for, right? Social media, hit me up on the social media. Don't talk to me in real life like we know each other, because we don't.
But I get it though. I mean, I get it. That's what you get paid for. You get paid for your celebrity. That comes with your celebrity. So you should have a decent attitude. And from what I saw, he had a very great attitude. Nice young man.
Be approachable.
Right, nice young man. And I mean, I know where you come from too, so I get it. But
how much disrespect comes with that? Some niggas be getting real nice if they get up close to you. Like, man, you only scored 3 points.
You can't trust everybody.
You only scored 3 points last game.
But let's be honest, if Malcolm walked up to you, then
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep it up. I fuck with you. I've never seen you in real life. It's gonna be like a 10 to 15 minute trial period to where I can figure out it's you or not. I need to make sure it's you. Like, if I see you come up, man, I'm Malcolm. All right, where you from?
Okay. You stupid. Okay. Listen, I mean, you right though. You got to listen. You got.
How did you know I was here?
Right.
What's happening right now?
When's the last time we spoke?
Who's this nigga that you with? I don't know him.
What's the code? What's the Zoom login code?
Exactly. Nigga be asking specific questions.
Right.
What's last name?
Listen, I don't. Well, that's not a good one, motherfucker. It's on the.
Hey, we ain't got but 25 viewers. If that ain't got... you might as well come in to VIP with me, goddamn.
Well, only last two is we said Jalen Suggs in Toronto, and they said Orlando with Jonathan Kuminga. He's another one with Jalen Green that bypassed college and went to the G League. They actually played for the same team.
I think the good thing about
for the Ignite,
if they don't get drafted in a favorable spot, I think they get the option to go back to the G League. Is that right?
Yeah.
At this point, you roll the dice. Boom.
Yeah.
You ain't got to show up in your suit and get embarrassed. You just sit at the crib, invite some people over. Look, I might get drafted tonight. I might not. All right. I want y'all to be ready for that. Might not, because at the end of the second round, it's only 2 rounds in the NBA, bro.
Only one that I'm thinking that might be upset is that Kuminga at 5. It's a lot of talent in this draft. I mean, he's great. You know what I mean? He is great. He was good in even the highlights that you would watch for Jalen Green would have him in them, and you could see he was something, but it's a lot of talent. I don't know if he goes at 5.
Hey, if me and LeBron James on the same team, I can throw this nigga some alley-oops and some passes enough to get college scholarship to a Division II school, goddammit. And I can't ball like that. If I got LeBron on my team, I'll do a crossover, boom. put up in the air, off the glass. They go LeBron. Boom.
Who's LeBron in this scenario? Because he's on the same team as Jalen Green.
No, what I'm trying to say is Jalen Green is I'm not saying he's LeBron. What I'm trying to say he's the person of interest.
Right.
He had the long year, niggas been hearing about Jalen Green for the last 3 years, 4 years. Like junior, sophomore year.
I heard about him you might be right. It might be sophomore year in high school when I heard about him.
Tim and Josh Christopher were on the same
age. Jalen Suggs, they was both on the same page though. I knew about both of them. Because like I said, Jalen Suggs' dad coached this AAU team.
So what I'm trying to say is like this conversation that we had with this deliberation of who's the top, that leads me to believe that this draft class is a little bit weak. That's just up to me. I'll put that on me. So a year from now, after the next season, when one of these boys pop off, put that on me. But I feel as if this draft class is a little lackluster, my nigga.
I think it could be the opposite. I think it could be the next LeBron, Carmelo, Wade.
2003.
Yeah, I think that.
It could be. There's none that points against that. It's just for me, I haven't seen enough.
It's very tight. I wouldn't be mad. I would be mad if Cleveland doesn't go at one of two picks. In both picks, one of two picks will be available. And that would be Jalen Green. That's my number one. My number two is Jalen Suggs.
Hey man, watch that draft scrimmage, the combine scrimmage when you get a chance. I'll send you a link to it or something, so you can at least see the highlights of that bitch or something.
Right.
But.
And I only say that because there's been rumors that Cleveland may be trying to offload Colin Sexton.
But why would you do that? That would piss me. If I was a Cleveland fan, that would make me mad because you have somebody who has obvious potential. He hasn't reached his peak. He hasn't reached his. So you're gonna gamble on some new nigga, Anthony Bennett, and then you're gonna fucking put him out there like, look, you have somebody there.
Well, no, I think it's more of a fit. I think it's more of a fit thing, if I'm being honest, which is why at first I was upset about it. But then I thought, Colin Sexton is great, right? But he's never going to make anybody else around him any better.
So you're going to put your cards on the young bull?
I'm going to put my cards on the fact that Darius Garland is definitely increasing his value at the point guard position. And it would be more beneficial for us to find number two to go with him that would be willing to move the ball than force all shots.
So you're going with
now, if you could, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm just saying, if you could get Colin Sexton to be more floor reading, that'd be great. But you've also had 3 years to try, and it doesn't seem like it's worked. So are you going to go with, once again, the Russell Westbrook that can put up points but may not be able to get you a win? Or are you going to try to start building a team with the pieces you have? So I've come to peace with that.
I mean, Cleveland's at the point where they can just basically, after every season, be like, look, we can trade everybody. Nobody's off the table. There's nobody off the table. Is there somebody off the table for you in Cleveland? Off the trading block?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would say there's a couple players.
But if they got traded, would you be upset?
Yeah, there's a couple players.
Okay, well, I think you're talking from a fan perspective. From outside looking in, You could trade all 15 of them niggas and bring a whole new 15 in.
And I can see why you would say that.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're losing a lot.
Yeah, I can see why you would say that.
You have a lot,
but you could potentially lose a lot. It's like, look what you did with, and these may not be the best examples, but look what you did with Joe Harris. That's exactly the guy that you thought he was when you drafted him, but you let him go. And look what he is now. Look what you did with Andrew Wiggins. He was exactly the guy you thought he was when you drafted him, and he ended up getting a big name contract with Minnesota and moving on to the Warriors and still doing decent. Not doing the best. He's not the best Andrew Wiggins he could be.
Wiggins was a LeBron thing, but yeah.
Right, of course. And I'm the first to say that. But what I'm saying is those specific situations, I think, pricked the bear's paw. You know what I mean? You know that story where the mouse has to pull the thorn out of or is it the lion's paw?
Lion's paw.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
And I think that's what it is, where Cleveland doesn't want to. They don't want to let go until they know it's time to let go, and it may be time to let go of Colin.
I feel as if that Cleveland and teams of the Cleveland stature should be willing to make any extreme moves that they can, because when you find that player that you want to keep, you're not going to be able to make them extreme moves. So if you feel like you need to bust shit up, just like the Pistons, the Cavs, where did the Cavs pick in the draft? Did they already do the lottery?
They 3.
Okay, so 3. I mean, you're in a position where you have moves to make. You say, hey, look, I can trade this draft pick, or we can pick somebody. You're in a position where you have so much options to do better. It's hard not to pick one that's kind of drastic. So if you do get rid of Colin Sexton for who you said, Jalen Green,
I would.
I mean, nobody in Cleveland's going to judge you. There's going to be no boos in the crowd for doing that.
Oh, it'd be a lot of boos.
You think so?
Oh, motherfuckers love Colin. I love Colin, but he's just one-track minded. He's like they said, Young Bull. Young Bull is the perfect name for him, because that hoop is red and he sees nothing but it. He doesn't look at the matador. He doesn't look at the spear. He looks at nothing but that hoop. And at some point, I don't care if you're putting up an average of 25 points. I don't want you on the team if you're not getting anybody else the ball.
So basically, you are, as a fan, not fed up with Colin Sexton, but you're willing for a change. Okay.
Correct. And I feel like Colin Sexton has drove his value up enough to where you can get a nice little something for him.
Go get your bag, young man. I can dig it.
But I just don't know if you're a fit here, because if we're trying to build ourselves to a championship, we can't let you be the only guy scoring the points. You're costing everyone else their development. And you had 3 years to develop yourself to be able to assist those players develop. You got to think that's a young team. They need somebody that's going to help move that around. Colin's not moving shit around. Colin's just going to score you 23, 25 points a game. He may go off, but it's not the guy that I would want leading the show. And now that I feel like you gave Darius Garland enough confidence, let him try it with a guy that is a real scorer, like a real life scorer, like I scored the ball. Which I would believe Jalen Green to be. You already got Isaac Okoro on the D. Let him produce a little bit more. He's been showing himself as able to score. Get him a little more confidence. You ready to go.
You know, I'm rooting for y'all, man, because as a GM in the NBA with a team like that, I would say that you have easy decisions to make, but they have tough consequences. It's gonna be hard watching them games if somebody let go of prosper and become more than what you thought, while the person that you thought didn't end up to be that way. So that's like, and that goes opposite. It could be Jalen Green ends up being that, or Colin Sexton somehow finds a way to become that. But you gotta be able to deal with deal with regret. Well, learn. What's the nigga said? You gotta learn to, deal with regret. Jay-Z line, I forget it, but you know what I'm saying. You know. Yeah, I traded that nigga and he ends up being a perennial all-star.
I mean, I'm sure he will be. I'm sure Colin Sexton will be, but Fitz is Fitz, Joe. Fitz is Fitz. It's only so long that square is going to hold that circle is going to hold in that square spot before water leaks through. You feel me? It doesn't matter. Eventually, somebody's going to come at you with a different game plan that does not fit that team. So I'm more so with a team dynamic than a one-man show, which is what I've been saying with Devin Booker and Trae Young and Paul George. Get the team involved. That's what they're there for. You don't have to shimmy. You don't have to do all that. You can. But it looks better if you get the team involved and y'all blow a team out, then you barely win shimmying a three.
Ask James Harden about that shimmy. Didn't work for him.
He said what?
Ask James Harden about that shimmy.
I don't know nothing about it. What'd he say?
No, I'm saying James Harden was one of them niggas that he crossed nigga up, gave him time, a little show shrug. Look, man.
Listen, this is the first time I can say, do not disrespect Trae Young like that.
What? With the shimmy?
With the James Harden shimmy?
Yes.
James Harden has never had the opportunity to shimmy in a playoff game.
Hey, well, look. Don't take that shimmy and feel like you need to do that in the next game. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I agree. I agree with.
James in the regular season. You're right. I didn't see him doing the playoffs.
Yeah, but I see James him Harden really good about himself. Don't show up in playoffs.
Hey, I got about like 5-6 minutes left though. So
nigga, I'm trying to rap.
Well then, nigga, it's your show. Nigga, wrap it up.
Give me a hit the showers.
My hit the showers is Chris Middleton.
I forgot my rap. Yeah, just give me a hit the showers.
Hit the showers is Chris Middleton, nigga. Stay in the shower so you can get consistent. Just stay there until you feel consistent. Whatever you gotta do, just stay in the shower so that consistency just pours out your pores. Because niggas is tired of, okay, you got 38 last game. Chris gonna at least get, how much points did he get?
Chris Middleton last game?
Yeah, like 20. I know he had 20 something. If he had 30, that's cool, but man.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't have that written down.
On the Magic Notebook?
Yeah, I don't have that written down. Isn't that ironic?
Well, that's my
hit them clip, Chris. Me, Hannah, your business.
I don't know what the other questions was.
I didn't have one. Y'all gave me y'all's predictions very thoroughly, so I don't have one for this evening. And my hit the showers wasn't really specific. It was to the Bucks in general. Like that don't make no sense. Like you should love a game without Trae Young, and for y'all to lose like that is very tough.
It's just that it's like when you come out there and you play somebody that you think is lesser than you, you take them as a joke.
Listen, that's clearly what happened because I don't know, hit them bitches. But do you have anything to take us out?
Stay positive. Life ain't
Stay
down.
Positive.
Yeah, I tell niggas sometimes, man. Niggas be depressed out here, man. Life ain't down. For you, At least some of the niggas I'm talking about, your life ain't that bad, bro. You need to chill out and motherfucking
Listen,
in this bitch.
I heard that. That's very direct, and I hope it hits each and every one of you. And if it does, like, subscribe, and share this motherfucker. Until next time, my shower heads, as always, be good, or be good at that shit.